important that we ensure every child learns to swim for safety, health, fitness and fun.
I think it's really good bonding with your baby. I think you get that kind of, they completely rely on you in the water and you're supporting them. And it's also knowing that they're going to then have that life skill to take on with them, I think is really important. So it's quite nice knowing that you're doing that for your child.
We've been coming to swimming lessons for about a year now, and when Sam started swimming he just wasn't confident at all. He was holding on to me, and we went to the baby and parent classes to start with, and then we've progressed to here, and his confidence, what he can do now in the water is amazing.
I think it's really important on the family aspect being able to swim so that your children can be safe with you, because if you're uneasy in the water, that's then portrayed over into your children as well. They pick up quite easily on that.
As a head teacher, I have to say I'm truly passionate about the children's swimming. In my 20 years here, it's the one sport that children have been involved in that I can truthfully say I have seen them grow and blossom in confidence in front of my eyes.
Going through, they're doing lessons from babies and then onwards, and then they get to that stage where they have all these skills. Then it opens up things like we have water polo groups that children go into, synchronised swimming and diving, because you can't try these things without being able to swim, so it opens up a huge amount of doors.
It's really important for children with disabilities to learn to swim. It can get them out of a wheelchair, it can get them supported in the water, enjoying the freedom of movement, and they're unique, these children, and they're on their own special journey, you know, and it's really important that the swimming teachers take them as far as they can on that journey.
I think it's important that every child learns to swim, one, from a safety aspect. As they get older, it's important that they know how to be safe in water, and two, the health benefits from swimming are incredible. Children's respiratory systems become stronger, their hearts are working, they're getting that exercise that they need, and they're learning all these life skills that encourages them to stay healthy throughout their elder years as well.
To swim age 5 at my local pool, and believe it's important for every child in Scotland to be given the opportunity to learn to swim before they leave primary school.
We need your support at both a local and a national level to ensure every child can swim in Scotland.
I love swimming.
Welcome to Scottish Swimming's official YouTube channel. No matter if you compete or participate in swimming, deeply interested in what we're up to, this is the place to find it, from wherever you are in the world. On our channel, you can watch our key events live, or on demand, or simply the highlights afterwards. All for free 24/7. If you subscribe, you'll not miss any new videos, so what are you waiting for?
Having the Commonwealth Games in my home city is huge motivation. Some races I've won by almost a fingernail. If I know I've done everything I can in training, I can look at myself in the mirror and be happy with that.
Good evening from the Royal Commonwealth Pool in Edinburgh, and a warm welcome from QTV Sports live coverage of the Scottish National Short Course Swimming Championships of 2014. This is the last of the 3 days of these championships, and we'll be bringing all the action from the finals this session. There's so many nations, especially from the home nations, who are here to compete for medals. The event is sure to invoke a rousing reception from some of the country's sporting heroes, in particular Hannah Miley, who's foregoing the BBC Sports Award night to be here to swim, and Amy Wilmot to do battle. My name's Charlie Rayburn, and I'll be joined by Ali Wyke later on, who's the head of performance for Scottish Swimming, and he'll be adding some expert comments over the course of the evening. I'll introduce you to him when he arrives here. We're going to start the program with a swim-off, and those of you who don't know what a swim-off is, the swim-off is a race where in the heats two swimmers had exactly the same time in the final position in the final, so they've got to swim off a race again, the two of them, to get into the final. Now, to put any questions to myself or to Ali, simply tell us how much you're enjoying the event. Tweet us using the hashtag SGSC 2014, and we'll read out the best of your messages. Ali, we won't have much time to introduce you, but if you just say evening to us to tell everybody you're here.
Evening, Charlie.
Ali Wyke, the Director of Performance in Scottish Swimming, is sitting alongside me, and we're going to be trying to bring you all the action. You can see all the events there. Think of the first two events, for example, the 400 medley. That's where Hannah Miley will be going. And the 400 medley, unfortunately, Dan Wallace is injured. He was the guy who, remember, won the gold medal at the Commonwealth Games in Glasgow. But before we start, we're going to have this swim-off over 50 metres, butterfly between two girls, and we'll introduce them in a second. It take us, I think, about 2 hours to do all that program, and we'll bring you all the action, including all the presentations. And in the swim-off, we have these two swimmers. They both did at the same time, 28.92. In lane number 4, which is the girl in the white hat, lane 4 is furthest away from the camera. She's from London Aqua. That's a new scheme that's been set up at the Olympic pool in London. And in lane 5, wearing the Edinburgh University cap, is Gillian Clark. So this is a swim-off over 2 lengths only, 50 butterfly. 28.92 is the time they both recorded this morning in the heats.
And quite often, Charlie, when they do the swimmers do swim-offs, they really pull a performance out of the bag, so it'll be interesting to see what happens here. Often gets the adrenaline going, and people really desperate to get into a second swim into a final, so looking forward to a good race.
Sometimes in these first events there's little gremlins in the timing systems and so on, so just a slight hold up. Not always good for the competitors, but I'm sure we'll be with them very shortly. Actually, I know Dan Wallace isn't here. You'll see his dad's the timekeeper there in lane number 5. So in lane 4, Holly from London Aqua. 5, Gillian from Edinburgh University. Just the 2 lengths. And first turn going to Gillian. It's the only turn, of course, and she seems to have got the edge quite clearly, even a body length up. Gillian Clark, beautiful rhythm. Gillian Clark, 28.92 is a 28.16, so quite a lot faster from this morning's heats, as Ali was referring to. It so frequently happens in these swim-offs, they almost inevitably become swim faster than they swam in the
Absolutely, and I think that time from Gillian Clark would have qualified her for the A final. Yeah. So
not even the B final, so right into the A final. Yep. So now the lights are down, and we're going to come in the B final first. In lane number 8 is first from Falkirk is Rebecca Murray. In 7 for Glasgow, Victoria Milburn. In lane 6 for Loughborough University, Lucy Campbell. In lane number 5 is from Highland, Katie Mackenzie. In lane 4 from Derwentside, Laura Gillingham. In lane number 3 from Lucy Ellis. Lane 2 from Derwentside, Danielle Gilbert. And in lane number 1 from Carnegie, Dunfermline, Lauren Sutherland. This is a 400 metres medley, which means they're going to swim 4 lengths, 100 metres of each of the 4 strokes, starting, of course, with the butterfly. Now the lanes, remember, closest to, or the bottom of your picture will be lane 8, top of the picture will be lane 1. So Ellie, in this B final, we have from the heats times ranging between 4:53.8 to up to 5 minutes, so just about 7 seconds between them. But it doesn't always hold good that they'll stay like that in the actual final stages. So a bit of competition perhaps I expect from 3 Lucy Ellis, City of Sunderland, in 4 lane 4 for Derwentside, Laura Gillingham. But it's a tough event. There's 4 lengths of each of the 4 strokes. Now those 2 girls, Lucy and Laura, a little bit of a lead. So tough, this event. I always think of it as the toughest of the pool events in swimming.
I think it's one of the most exciting, and across all the events, so the combination of the 4 strokes, an endurance element within there, and also a little bit of speed. So the all-rounders event, if you like. And going through first in lane 3 there, 106.4, Lucy Ellis, Sunderland. And just behind Laura Gillingham there in 66.8, so she's in close attention. One of the other good things is that there's such a change in what goes on sometimes with the different tactics that are employed. If you're a fly swimmer trying to maximise your fly without taking too much out of you, allowing you to swim the back half of the race and the breaststroke and the freestyle, but obviously trying to maximise your strengths from it. So quite often it can change quite a lot. Unlike some of the shorter events, it can change quite a lot throughout the 400 metres.
Yeah, we had those Scots who are watching this will remember Dan Wallace winning the Commonwealth Games, and a lot of people didn't think he was going to win 2/3 of the way through the race, but he really came through so strongly on the breaststroke and front crawl to make up quite a gap. But a good lead now from the lady in red at the top of the picture in lane 3, Lucy Ellis from City of Sunderland. They had a 50-metre pool built in Sunderland, I don't know, maybe 10 years ago, and it's made a big difference there for the people in Sunderland and around that area. And Sunderland, one of the bigger clubs. There's been a big link between the Royal Commonwealth Pool and swimming in the northeast of England over the years, many years of the Commonwealth Pools. All the events we've had here, big representation from the northeast counties of England. So lane 3, Lucy Ellis, and 4, Laura Gillingham. For another Derwentside Club Derwent side, of course, is also in the northeast.
Indeed, and Laura Gillingham now just starting to stroke out the breaststroke. She's quite a long stroke in comparison, getting good distance per stroke. And she's just started to make her move on Lucy Ellison, coming through nice and strong, and now just starting to take the lead. And battle for third place looks like it's between Lucy Campbell and Victoria Milburn. I think Victoria Milburn 5 minutes flat in the heats of the heats this morning. She'll be desperate to try and get it under 5 minutes for the first time. She's had a cracking meet, been in the sport quite a long time, and be delightful to see her getting under the 5 minutes.
So Laura Gillingham, Derwent side, 33. She did 4:53. So can she come back and faster than a minute? I think she probably will, which would break the time she swam. Laura Gillingham, a good lead at the moment from Lucy Ellis, and looks like the purple cap of Loughborough, that's in lane 6, that's 3 from the bottom there, Lucy Campbell from Loughborough. And a very good looking front crawl in the end here from Laura Gillingham. Very strong kick.
The battle for third place there. Lucy Campbell, a good background of 800 freestyle swimming, so we'd expect her to come through towards the end of the race, but Laura Gillingham really taking this the last 25. You can see the 6-beat leg kick up there really high on the water, and she's going to take it with 5 meters to go. And 4:48.11 for Laura Gillingham. That's an excellent swim from her. Closely followed by Lucy Ellis, 4:53.35. Lucy Campbell, 4:56.12. And there we have it. It's all but one just getting under that 5 minute mark. That's great.
And they're getting big improvements, Ali, from the heat times there, and in particular, of course, I don't know the personal best times, but my suspicion is that will be a very good personal best for Laura Gillingham from Derwent side. The lighting effects. We're going to have the march on. We have marches on for the A finals, and these are the A finalists for the women's 400 medley. That's, of course, we'll figure Hannah Miley, who has forgone her invitation to attend the big BBC Sports Awards tonight, to swim here tonight. In lane number 8, Jennifer King from North Ayrshire. 7 from Carnegie, Tane Bruce. 6 from City of Glasgow, Camilla Hattersley. 5 from Daventio, Abby Wood. Lane 4 from Loughborough University, Eleanor Sheridan. In lane 3 from Geary, Hannah Miley. In lane 2 from Edinburgh University, Emily Jones. And in lane number 1 from Geary, Ola Adams. So another 400 meters medley. This is the A final. So Ali, in the heats, of course, the fastest time was produced by lane 4, Eleanor Sheridan. I think I sense that the times we're seeing from the heats are going to be somewhat demolished in this final. They're all about 4:42 to 4:50 in the heats. Any sense of what might happen?
Well, I think we'd all expect Hannah Miley to be winning this race, probably at a stretch, but Elena Sheridan's been in good form this weekend. Excellent 200 fly earlier in the meet, and she's looking pretty strong. And Abby Wood also, she's been in good form, so maybe a tussle around about there. Camilla Hattersley from the City of Glasgow, just off the pace at the moment. And there's the battle of the juniors down in 7 and 8, Tane Bruce and Jennifer King. So I think that'll decide the junior competition. But it's Abby Wood taking out the first 162.4, Elena Sheridan 62.9, and then Hannah Miley 63.3.
So, in fact, at this stage after butterfly, very little in it, but Hannah Miley just edging a wee bit ahead there, as we would expect. And along with her, Abby Wood in the black cap. She's in lane 5 from Davencio. So much about getting this pace right, and it's a seasoned campaigner like Hannah Miley knows so much about, so much experience that she seems to judge it so well. Her butterflies come on a lot. We used to be not critical, but we would always think, oh, she not had a chance because the butterfly seemed to be so slow, but she seems to have improved that, and everything else seems to have improved too with Hannah.
Well, she chooses to swim the race slightly differently. She likes to take out the fly nice and steady on that first 50, strong on the second 50, and the backstroke she's moved through very nicely indeed. And as we'd expect, she's starting to move away. But there's a really good competition there for the second place. Elena Sheridan, Abby Woods, and now Camilla Hattersley and Tane Bruce all in the picture for the second place and the third place.
Okay, thanks.
And so it's Miley stretching away at the moment, looking very comfortable. She's had a pretty tough programme this weekend, Charlie, and I think she's starting to get a little bit tired. If you put that on top of the World Championships, I don't think we can be surprised about that.
She is such an amazing competitive lady, and there's maybe about three or four swimmers in world swimming who have this sort of ability or determination to compete in so many events at a one weekend, and because they really believe in learning through competing, basically, and learning to compete even when they're in full training, very tired. So it's Hannah Miley, huge lead at the moment over in lane 5, Abby Wood in the black cap, and then in third place is Elena Sheridan from Loughborough University. Loughborough wearing these purple caps. And this is the last length and a half for Hannah Miley. And it's going to be not much more than 4:30 or so here, I think.
Yeah, she's probably around about 4:32, I think. She's just starting to tie up a little bit. Just a little tired, but there she is. Hannah Miley takes it 4:33.75.
Oh, what a finish.
What a race here now. Oh, and that goes to Abby Woods, 4:38.56. Great swim from Abby, from Davencio. And then third place goes to City of Glasgow's Camilla Hattersley. Came through on the freestyle, that 800 freestyle training. That's great stuff, 4:38.73.
Okay. Now we're moving on to the 400 medley for men, and we have the B final first. And I'll give you the names of these swimmers as the race starts. It's a longer race, of course, another 16 length race, 4 of each stroke. And I'll give you the names as the race gets started. I'll just note that Abby Wood in the women's A final broke the British junior record. Abby Wood from Devonshire. So this is the men's B final, 400 medley. And I'll give you these swimmers. Remember lane 8 closest to us in the bottom of the picture. In lane number 8 is Callum Deans of Elgin. 7, Zach Logue from City of Sunderland. 6 is from Warrender, Callum Reid. 5 from First, Callum Lorry. 4 from Geary, Alistair Miley. 3 from Dumfries, Fraser Lowther. 2 from Geary, Joseph Miley. And in lane 1 from London Aqua, Charlie Dentis. And these times, Ali, from the heats again, 4:29.9 up to 4:37.8. So not a huge amount between these from the heat times. And what have we seen so far? The heat times are getting somewhat demolished sometimes, especially in the A final. So we'll see what happens here. Leading in lane 7 at the end of the butterfly is Zach Logue. Zach is from the City of Sunderland, red cap. And second in 4, Alistair Miley from Geary. The two Miley brothers swimming in this one. Alistair in lane 4 and Joseph in lane 2.
And so you're quite right, Charlie. Bragging rights at home, I think, at stake on this one. Alistair, the older brother. But young Callum Lorry as well in 5 as a junior in this event. I think you find that he really put himself out this morning to make the second swim. And Callum Reid there in lane 6. A good engine on him as well. But at the moment, it's Alistair Miley maximising the fly in the backstroke legs. Probably breaststroke not his strongest out of the 4, probably the weakest one. So we'd expect the rest of the field to come back at him in the second half of the race.
Certainly he's done his best to get a good lead going into the breaststroke. That's Alistair, the blue cap. Second, perhaps lane 7. Zach Logue still for Sunderland. Breaststroke often is where the changes really take place, because it's the longest leg of the 4 legs, if you like, and you've got more chance of the differentials of your ability to make a difference in breaststroke. Coming through in lane 5 with a darker blue hat is Callum Lorry from the Falkirk Composite Club of First. And Callum Lorry making a fair bit of impression. His time was just about 0.2 slower than Alistair from the heats.
Alistair's done a fantastic job so far, committed himself to the race, tried to get himself there in front, make sure he's still got a lead after the breaststroke leg, and he's doing just that. But Callum Lorry coming back fast on this breaststroke leg. And at the turn, it's Miley in 3:24 and Lorry in 3:25. So just a second between them with 100 to go.
And so as you can see, about a body length going into this last 4 lengths between the two. On a very fast turn there from Alistair. And there's Alistair looking across and just seems to be increasing the pace a wee bit now. 50 metres to go. Third place looks like what they describe as an outside smoker. Lane number 1 there, outside lane, at the top of the picture is Charlie Dentis from London, and 2, Joseph Miley from Geary. And it's Alistair Miley who's going to win this in the end quite comfortably. And I think he's going to demolish the time he swam in the heats. The time in the heats was 4:29.9, and here 4:25.61. Second going to Callum Lorry, and 4:27.59. And third goes in the end to another Miley, Joseph Miley, 4:31.13. So 2 Mileys going to be on the podium. Oh, sorry, not podium, because this is a B final, but in that race, I should have said.
Yep, some good swimming there from the boys. Alistair Miley putting himself out there in the first half of the race, managing to maintain that, and then increasing a little bit on the freestyle. But I think he'd be quite happy with 4:25. He's been a wee bit ill recently, so a nice performance from him.
So the boys marching on. Someone's marching in for the A final, the men's 400 medley. And lane number 8 for City of Glasgow, Chris Lowther. Lane 7 for the University of Stirling, Lewis Smith. And lane number 6 representing City of Sheffield, Max Litchfield. 5 for Bath, Matthew Johnson. In lane 4 for Loughborough University, Roberto Pavoni. 3 for the Flemish squad from Belgium, Lander Hendricks. And lane 2 for Loughborough University, Caleb Hughes. And lane 1 for City of Aberdeen Coast, Stuart McIntosh. 400 medley, the A final. So, although we're missing one particular swimmer, that's Dan Wallace, who was swimming in these championships earlier on, but he got an injured groin in the end, has had to withdraw from today's swimming, but was also, of course, going to appear in the BBC Sports Personality program tonight, the winner of the 400 medley at the Commonwealth Games. But Roberto Pavoni, who's been having a really good meet there for Loughborough, has been swimming really well. I'm aware that he's having to work very hard these days. I don't think he's getting quite the support he used to get financially from UK Sport. He's dropped down, and so his work seems to be determined to do well now. So Robert Pavoni, lane 4, and in 5, Matthew Johnston from Bath. Lane 6, third, Max Litchfield, halfway. The butterfly split 50. I missed that split 50. I was looking at Roberto Pavoni's and I missed it. Excellent start though. He swum this event for Britain and for England many, many times over the last few years.
Indeed, picked up a handful of medals at the Commonwealth Games, and he's been in excellent form this weekend. Really has raced well over a number of events, and he's looking pretty strong at the moment. Seasoned professional, so very, very experienced in what he's doing, knows exactly what he needs to do. But I think he'll be looking to post a pretty good time here. It's an excellent opportunity for him to swim fast. It's a great pool here at the Royal Commonwealth Pool, so conditions are excellent. And he's going to touch first at the 200 mark at 1:58.1, so excellent first half of the race. And it's Lander Hendricks from Blamsa in 2:01.9, and in third place Max Litchfield. I fancy there could be a battle for the second and third place here. We've also got Lewis Smith in there from University of Stirling, in lane 7, also featured at the Commonwealth Games. He's been working extremely hard over the first phase of the season, but he's just starting to make his way through the field, and I'm sure he'll be there or thereabouts when it comes to deciding the second and third places.
So this is a really good lead for Roberto Pavoni. He of course won the 200 medley earlier on and beating Dan Wallace by a split second. Really so close for second place and third place here, though. But it's Roberta Pavoni. 100 metres to go, 3:07. The split at 300 metres.
That's a 69 breaststroke there, Charlie, so still going pretty strong.
And second, I think now, more clearly, is in lane 6, Max Litchfield from City of Sheffield. But it's Roberta Pavoni, just 50 metres to go, turning 3:37.8. And looking really very compact and determined, looking really revving up his last 50. Tremendous kicks off the wall, about 7 metres off the wall. So Roberta Pavoni, 5.99.
I think he'll be absolutely delighted with that swim there, Charlie. 4:05.99. That's a world-class swim. 4:13.19 for Max Litchfield in second. Landa Hendricks, 4:13.7. And Lewis Smith in fourth place there, 4:15.4.
If I'll need to check that, because I think the time's so good we shall see where it is. But I noticed that yesterday we had a number of swimmers producing times in the top 20 in the world this year, and that might well be another one.
The World Championship won in 3:58, I think it was, round about there. 4:01 for second and third, round about there. So not far away from that level of performance.
Now we're going to have the first of the presentations tonight, and it's the women's 400 metres individual medley presentation. You see the lights are down again, and the presentation takes place, if you can see the whole pool. It's a beautiful pool, this pool nowadays, and it's down at what used to be the shallow end, and the presentation being made by the operations manager of the Commonwealth Pool itself, who's done so much work. Brian King does so much work to make this event so well run and well laid out. Brian King, third place to Camilla Hattersley from Glasgow. Second go to Abby Wood. Abby Wood from Devonshire. Her time 4:38.56. And the Scottish Gas national champion, Hannah Miley, and her time was 4:33.75. Hannah, of course, is wearing the cap because she'll be back in the water again. Tane Bruce wins the Scottish Junior Champion Award. Tane from Carnegie and Dunfermline. Brian King of the Commonwealth Pool making the presentations. And then we'll have the presentations for the equivalent men's event, the 400 medley. And again, it'll be, I think, Brian King making this presentation. And just a little bit of a wait. Sometimes it's so quick after their race, it's sometimes difficult to get them out of the pool and up to the podium so quickly. They prefer, of course, to have a little swim down. Here they are, sometimes sending substitute swimmers up in their place to get their medal. And in third place from Belgian Flanders squad is McHendricks. And second going to Max Litchfield from City of Sheffield, 4:13.19. And the Scottish Gas Open champion goes to Roberto Pavoni from Loughborough University. His time was 4:05 28.99. And then the Scottish national champion, Lewis Smith from the University of Stirling. And this and the junior champion goes to Callum Laurie. Callum Laurie from First, from Falkirk. So we now move on to the very short event of a women's 50 metres butterfly, and this is the first the B final, and in lane number 8 Gillian Clark from London Edinburgh University, 7 is Rhian Gilts, 6 is from Dumfries Eve White, in 5 from South Aberdeenshire Jessica Christie, in 4 from South Aberdeenshire Rachel Masson, in 3 from City of Glasgow Anna Fleming, 2 from Edinburgh University Rachel Sharples, and in lane number 1 is from South Aberdeenshire, third swimmer from South Aberdeenshire, Megan Grant. So just 2 lengths of butterfly. So really, all the girls entered on 28 points here, so it's really going to be so little between them.
Yep, I think it's going to be extremely close to 2 SAS teammates in the middle of the pool. Gillian Clark, who's just come out of the swim off, sliding into lane 8, and she's still up there as well, but it looks like Rachel Masson, who's just stroking ahead at the moment, and it'll all be about the finish, see if she can finish at the end of the stroke, just a wee bit short. 27.78 takes it. Jessica Christie, SAS as well, 28.03, and then Anna Fleming from City of Glasgow, 28.20. Gillian Clark comes in there at 28.34, Charlie, so back to back in on those 55s.
Experience is the great thing, and to get confidence from having produced it once, then a wee bit of a breakthrough. And the butterfly also has this dimension of, you know, you have fewer strokes, so getting the working out the number of strokes you're going to do both in each of the lengths, so critical, and one more stroke that makes all the difference.
Yep, and then the ability to adjust that when you know things aren't quite right. I think that's that sort of awareness critical to an excellent finish.
The hashtag came up there for you, just to remind you. We'll keep showing you the hashtag, but because we're very keen for you to send us messages. And we move into the A final. The A final of the women's butterfly. And in lane number 1 for Kirsty Simpson. And lane number 8, the City of Sunderland, is Freya Rayner. In lane 7 for University of Stirling is Lauren Averill. In 6 is Imogen Clark. 5 is Raquel Matos. 4 is Kimberly Bice from the Flanders squad. 3 Harriet West, City of Leicester. 2 from University of Stirling, Julie Hunter. And lane 1 from Aberdeen Coast, Kirsty Simpson. So this the A final, 26-28 in the heats. Favourite perhaps Ali Lane, 4 going off well. Kimberly Bice, who swam really well for Flanders. Good start. And Kimberly Bice, who's been breaking Belgian records. Raquel Matos, who's had a marvellous meet too for Edinburgh University. She's finishing second there in 5, and third goes to lane 3, Imogen Clark from Deventio, and her time 27.69, and that was a new, equaling her own Belgian record. Kimberly Bice from Flanders squad. Raquel Matos second, and third going to Imogen Clark.
And a great performance there from Kimberly Bush. She's been in great form this weekend, hasn't she? I mean, coming off the World Championships, she's stepped up again. She's broken a couple of Belgian records and just equalled that one as well. So excellent performance from her. Closely followed in by Raquel Matos from Edinburgh University. It's not a good meet also, swimming at 200 fly. Yesterday 2:11, but going 26.5. They're getting a bit closer to Shan Harkin's Scottish record, not far away from it now. So great stuff from the ladies.
Moving now to the men's event, the men's 50 butterfly, and it's a B final. 8 is Henry Mackenzie, Warrender. 7 Cameron Watkins, Edinburgh University. 6 is Michael Gunning, London Aqua. 5 Alistair Wright of Derwent. In 4 from Aberdeen, Solomon Butt. In 3 for Cockermouth, Oliver Smith. In lane 2 for South Lanarkshire is Ross Leslie. And in lane 1 for Edinburgh University, Patrick McLaughlin. So only 2 lengths again, 2 lengths of butterfly, the B final for men. All the swimmers in this B final on 25 points, so really by anybody's race. It's all about racing, judging everything correctly. And perhaps in lane 1, Patrick McLaughlin going off quickest at the moment, but now coming back in 5 is Solomon Butt, but it's now it's yellow cap goes to Oliver Smith from Cockermouth. His time was 24.86. Second going to Solomon Butt from Aberdeen, and third going to Oliver Smith from Cockermouth. Third goes to Michael Gunning, who is from London Aqua. 24.86 the winning time for Oliver Smith from Cockermouth. Now we move on to the A final for the same event, the men's 50 butterfly. And in lane number 8 from Edinburgh University is Greg Watson. And lane 7 for Warrender is Craig McNally. In lane 6 for Edinburgh University, Craig Bowman. And in lane 5 for University of Stirling is Sean Campsey. In 4 from the Flanders squad from Belgium, Jasper Arendts. In lane 3 from Edinburgh University, Daniel Barraclough. And lane number 2 from the city of Sunderland is Adam Taylor. And in lane number 1 from BMSS, Thomas Gibbs. BMSS is Bolton Metro. So perhaps, I think Ali, Jasper Arendts must be the favourite here from Flanders.
I would think so. He's been in super form. A lot of the sprint events he's been up there, and he's first to the touch in here, and he's a good half a body length, a full body length now. Sean Campsey chasing him down, but he's just getting close, but it's Jasper Arendts just in there. 23:46 takes it to Jasper Arendts, and 24:02 Sean Campsey, good PB for him. And it's Adam Taylor from Sunderland for the bronze, 24:28.
So Jasper winning his third gold medal for this event, over this meet, and I don't think he got close to the Belgian record that time, but still a very good time. Now we're going to be doing some presentations for these butterfly events.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the medalists for the women's 50 metres butterfly.
Women's 50 minutes butterfly first of all. And making the presentation, the Chief Executive of Scottish Swimming, Forbes Dunlop. And the bronze medal from Devonshire is Imogen Clark. And silver medal going to Raquel Matos, somebody representing her there. And the winner, the Scottish Gas Open champion, Kimberly Boyce from Flanders, Belgium. The Belgian record, she equalled her own record. The Scottish national champion, Raquel Matos, wins the Scottish championship. And the Scottish junior champion, Anna Fleming, it's got Scottish junior Anna Fleming, and City of Glasgow wins the Scottish junior championship. Now move now to the men's butterfly. A little bit of Christmas cheer in the music here as we move on to the men's breaststroke. And Forbes Dunlop making these presentations, so Chief Executive of Scottish Swimming. A bronze medal going to Adam Taylor of the City of Sunderland, 24.28. Silver going to University of Stirling's Sean Campsey, 24.02. And the Scottish Gas Open champion from the Flanders squad in Belgium is Jasper Arendts. And the Scottish national champion is Sean Campsey, University of Stirling. And the Scottish junior, Ross Leslie, gets the junior championship. South Lanarkshire, Ross Leslie. That's the presentations complete for those butterfly events. And we move now to the women's 200 meters freestyle. We'll start with the B final. And in the B final, in lane number 8 is Rachel Sharples, Edinburgh University. In lane number 7 will be from Carnegie, Samantha Caulfield. In lane 6 for City of Aberdeen Coast, Caitlin Tootle. In lane 5 for Edinburgh University, Lucy Hope. In lane 4 for Loughborough University, Aisha Thornton. In lane number 3 for City of Sheffield, Darcy Deacon. Lane 2 from City of Sheffield, Abby Houston. And in lane 1 for the Flemish squad from Belgium, Chloe Wins. So it's 8 lengths, 200 meters freestyle, B final. Well, Ali, we'll put you on the spot here again. All 8 swimmers qualified in a time of 2 minutes 3 point something. What are you going to put your money on here?
Well, it's, I think it's going to be pretty tight, to be honest with you. It looks like Darcy Deacon.
We want commitment here.
I'm a performance director, come on. Darcy Deacon there.
You can see he's spreading his bets.
He's gone out quickest, yeah. But the 2 ladies in the middle, Aisha Thornton and Lucy Hope, both representing Scotland at the Commonwealth Games. But it looks like Darcy Deacon and Chloe Wings from Lampset on the outside.
Yeah, at the moment it's red cap and black cap. So in red cap of the Flemish squad, Chloe, and the black cap belonging to City of Sheffield's Darcy Deacon. That's the 100 metres mark on 58.23 for Darcy. And a black cap taking a bit of a lead. And these 200s, as we've mentioned before in these commentaries, so fine the pacing judgment, because just go just too quick at the start, then you suffer. If you go too slow and you leave it too late, you also lose out. So just getting it right. 200 seems to really be an event for really experienced swimmers.
Yep, and Darcy Deacon, who was bold enough to take it out, she was in front, but she's been hunted down now by Lucy Hope and Aisha Thornton in the middle of the pool. The last turn in, it's Lucy Hope just coming in there. Aisha Thornton coming through in the middle, but maybe Lucy Hope just sneaking in front. Darcy Deacon hanging in. It's going to be a finish, maybe Deacon. Yes, I think it's Deacon who gets it. 2 minutes, 0.7. 2 minutes, 0.8. Just 1700ths behind Lucy Hope. Great swim from her, from Edinburgh University, and Aisha Thornton from Loughborough University. 2 minutes, 0.96. So 0.26 covering the first 3 spots. It's a pretty decent race.
And 3 seconds faster than the swim in the heats, who again, impressive they can do that. There's our hashtag, remember, the Twitter hashtag, top of the screen there. We want to hear from you. This is our last session, remember, and we'll try and read out some of the interesting ones, shall we say, if we get a chance. We've been very impressed. I should thank you, those of you who've been sending them in. They've been, in some ways, we've been submerged, but they've been really good, and you may find some of these will come back and be retweeted later. Here we're on to the A final. In lane number 8 for first from Falkirk, Rebecca Murray. 7 from the City of Sheffield, Maya Westlake. 6 from Bath, Anne Bochman. In lane 5 from the South Aberdeenshire, Rachel Masson. In 4 for City of Sheffield, Rebecca Turner. And in lane 3 for the City of Glasgow is Camilla Hattersley. In lane 2 for Geary is Hannah Miley. And in lane number 1 for Edinburgh University, Raquel Matos. Well, I'm not going to put you on the spot here, Ali. The girls entered, or the finalists qualified in 2 minutes 0.5 up to 2 minutes 2. But I think we're going to see a majority of these swimmers, I think, go under the 2 minutes here on this one. Going off quickly in lane 4, black cap, Rebecca Turner, City of Sheffield. Very experienced internationalist from Sheffield. Somebody that's been swimming really well over this week is Rachel Masson from South Aberdeenshire. But you'll know the lady in lane number 2, Hannah Miley from Geary, who's already swum so well this evening. Can she produce the goods again on this 200 freestyle?
Well, it's Rebecca Turner that's leading the way on this first 100. I think she's probably the favourite for this, but hopefully that'll bring through some other performances from the other swimmers in the race. Hannah, out that 400 IM, must be feeling it a little bit at the moment, but expect her to come through a little bit on the second half. But Masson is chasing Rebecca Turner, and she's dominating at the moment.
Yeah, it looks like Rebecca Turner, a very experienced swimmer, of course, and 22 she is now. City of Sheffield, very impressive lead at the moment. Hannah Miley now challenging second place. Anna's in the white cap, second from the top. And in lane number 5 in the blue cap for South Aberdeenshire, Rachel Masson. Rachel Masson, these both from Aberdeenshire, of course, Geary and South Aberdeenshire. And Hannah Miley and Rachel Masson really fighting it out for the second place. But it's Rachel Turner up front for the City of Sheffield, finishes 1:56.61. Second goes to Hannah Miley, 1:59.35, and third goes to Rachel Masson, 1:59.43. So Rebecca Turner, City of Sheffield, 22-year-olds from the City of Sheffield.
And that's a good swim there, Charlie, from Rebecca Turner, 56. I think she'll be encouraged by that performance. And Hannah Miley, though, that's pretty tough swimming, that isn't, to come out the front of them, 1:59. And Rachel Masson just dropping under the 2 minutes. I think that's the first time, so that's an excellent swim from her too.
And these 200s very significant for British swimming because, of course, there's a Olympics in 18 months' time, and 4x200 you'd hope we'd have a very competitive British team. In the men's events now, men's 200 metres freestyle, we're in the B final first. Lane 8 is Rhys Worth, 7 is Cameron Smith, lane 6 is Max Lisfield, 5 is Matthew Parks, lane 4 for Aberdeen, Solomon Butt, lane 3 for Edinburgh University, Jack Thorpe. In lane number 2 for Edinburgh University, Kieran McGuckin. And in lane number 1 for City of Leicester, Jack Warren Ballard. This is the men's 200 metres freestyle, the B final. Now, only 4 of these swimmers recorded 1:49 in the heats this morning, and the other 4 at 1:51, 1:52. But I think we'll find could all be potentially peppering that 1:50 target, really, amongst as well as racing. Well, they'll be concentrating on racing, I think. Out there in lane 1, Jack Warren Ballard from City of Leicester. And looking very comfortable looking stroke. You see how well some of these swimmers at the front end of the stroke there, catching the water really very comfortably. And again, these push-offs, they almost just take it for granted, even in these sprint freestyle, well, not sprints, but 200 freestyle, they're coming a good 6-7 meters off the wall on the push-off. Halfway, 52.98 out there in lane 2, Kieran McGuckin in lane 2, and lane number 3, is Jack Thorpe, Edinburgh University. What's thrown me here was that we don't have a swimmer in lane 1. So it's Kieran McGurkin ahead of Jack Thorpe with 50 metres to go. And Jack Thorpe coming back quite strongly now in lane 3. Edinburgh University chasing Kieran McGurkin from Edinburgh University. Final turn. And again, this pace, getting the pace right, it's all counted. Jack Thorpe for Edinburgh finishing quite comfortably ahead in the end. 1:48.06. Second going to Kieran McGurkin, 1:49.14. And second equal, because second equal is Matthew Parks. So two of them making a silver medal twice over, if you like. Dead heat for second place. Jack Thorpe winning, second equal. I make it second equal. It's showing up second and third. I think it will be second equal. The board sometimes will show that because it times actually to the thousandth, I think, and but in actual fact, then the race will only be counted up to the hundredth of a second. Now we move to the A final itself. In lane number 8 in this A final, Jordan Hughes, University of Stirling. Lane 7 for University of Stirling, Robbie Rennick. Lane 6 for the Flanders squad in Belgium, Emmanuel Luceni. In lane 5 from Bath, Callum Jarvis. Lane 4 from the Flanders squad of Belgium, Louis Cronin. In lane 3 for the Flanders squad Belgium, Jasper Arends. In lane 2 for the City of Leicester, Gareth Mills. And making the fourth swimmer in this final from the Flanders squad, Laurens Veermans. This is the A final, men's 200 freestyle. Well, 4 swimmers from the Flanders squad, and one of them being Jasper Arends, who's already thrown 3 events over this weekend. But watch out in lane 7 for Scotsman Robbie Rennick, now swimming for the University of Stirling, and in 5 for Bath, Callum Jarvis.
Well, Charlie, that's Van Lucleny taking it out, 24.36, closely followed by Robbie Rennick. I actually think maybe the Scottish record could be under threat from Rennick here, but we'll see where he's at with 100, and he's just leading again at the moment, coming down the end of the first 100. He's been in good form so far with a Scottish record in the 100 freestyle, so they're both out. 50.9, 50.6 and 50.9 for Callum Jarvis, so really close over the first 100. But it's Van Lucleny who's actually got a little bit of extra pace on that the beginning of the third 50. Rennick going with him at the moment.
And it seems to be very much a race between a Belgian, a Scot and an Englishman, looking at it from bottom up. So it's at the moment Robbie Rennick just ahead, but it's nothing in it. Coming up the Englishman, that's Callum Jarvis from Bath, white cap. Last turn. And the kick coming in lane number 7 is Robbie Rennick. And touch going to Robbie Rennick in 1:44.19. And it's a first equal because Callum Jarvis 1:44.19. First equal and a new Scottish record.
No, just outside there, Charlie, actually. Just 15 hundredths outside. Perhaps that finish just catching a wee bit, but first equal, that's probably quite rare on the 200 freestyle to see something like that, but it's a terrific race. between the three swimmers at this side of the pool in 5, 6 and 7. But it was at the end it was the Welshman and a Scotsman that tied for first.
Callum Jarvis, and here's me calling him an Englishman from Bath. A Welshman who's in training in Bath. I should have recognised it with the name Jarvis. But a fantastic race, both of them, all of them, three of them on 1:44. Presentations now for those 200 metres freestyle finals. Matthew Leopold from Scottish Gas, the sponsors, is making the presentation for this event. And for the winner, the bronze medal winner is Rachel Masson from South Aberdeenshire. And silver goes to Hannah Miley, 1:59.35. And the Scottish Open champion from the city of Sheffield, Rebecca Turner. And the Scottish national champion is Hannah Miley. She just keeps the cap on because she's will be in the water again quite soon. And Gulsa Mullen from West Lothian getting the junior award. That's her coach getting the award for her. Now we move to the presentation for the men's. Yeah. So, because these three men all on 1:44. Emmanuel Van Luchin from Flanders squad, 1:44.36. And getting the Open Scottish Gas Championship from the University of Stirling, Robbie Rennick, and from Bath, Callum Jarvis, who, apologies, I called him English while we were swimming. He swims for Bath, but he's Welsh. Great to see a dead heat in that final. Just outside the Scottish record, and the Scottish national champion Robbie Rennick making the Scottish champion. No extra medal, I'm afraid. And the Scottish junior champion is Craig McLean of Carnegie. One of his teammates picking up the medal for him. Now we move on to the 100 metres backstroke events. Tonight's program, it's men and women both doing the same events throughout the program. So women's okay, keep an eye. Chloe Barclay, Western Bartonshire. It's Chloe Barclay coming back very fast, but it's first goes to Kirsty Simpson, 1 minute 1.34, and second Chloe Barclay, 1 minute 1.80, and third goes to Emily Grant. Third goes to Alicia McCrory, 1 minute 3. Now I'm not sure whether viewers lost the picture there, apologies, but we've got it back now.
And a lovely swim there from Kirsty Simpson, tacked it from the start. And the last turn counted, managed to maintain her skills off the wall, and I think that was the difference at the end, and then clean finish. So a well-deserved win for her in that B final. Moving on to the A final, Charlie.
Yeah, here we have the A final, and in lane number 8 in this B final from South Ayrshire is Karen Reid. Lane 2 for Edinburgh University is Lucy Hope. And lane 6 for the City of Leicester, Harriet West. And lane 5 for the University of Stirling, Natasha Houghton. And lane 4 for Warrington, Kathleen Dawson. And lane number 3 for the Flemish squad is Kimberly Booz. And lane 2 for Loughborough University, Charlotte Evans. And in lane 1 for Warrender, Megan Briggs. Well, Ali, perhaps the favourite here would be Kathleen Dawson, who's had a marvellous year for Scotland and for Warrington. She did 59.21, swam so well in the Commonwealth Games. But watch out for Kimberly Bose in lane 3, the Flemish swimmer in lane 3. But it's a very good lead already for Kathleen Dawson.
Kathleen, of course, breaking the Scottish record in the heats this morning. And I think she'll be looking to try and do the same thing this evening. She's already 2/10 faster over the first 50, although she was a little tight on that turn, Charlie. Round the wall there again, she's still a good body length in front. Kimberly Busha in second place. Natalie Houghton challenging for third.
Yeah. Kathleen Dawson bring it in, and she's got to challenge that record. 58-38-38-1. A new Scottish record, senior record, to Kathleen Dawson. Looking very relaxed when she looks at the scoreboard. Second going to Charlotte Evans, and third going to, from Flanders squad, Kimberly Bose. So Kathleen Dawson broke the record in the heats, broke the record in the final.
And a lovely swim there from Kathleen Dawson, nailed the last turn, and instead of perhaps dying a little bit like she did this morning, all she did was seem to get faster. So an excellent swim from her. 58-38, that's a real smashing of the Scottish record, and she's been in great form whole weekend. Managed to break all 3 Scottish records at the Commonwealth, the 2 Scottish records at the Commonwealth Games in the 50 and 100, and then went on to do the third down at the ASA National Championships later on. So a great effort from her.
Excellent. Now we move to the men's events, and with the B final first. In lane 8 for Dumfries, Alistair Campbell. 7 for Loughborough University, Caleb Hughes. In 6 for Edinburgh University, Chris McComb. In 5 for City of Aberdeen, Stuart McIntosh. Lane 4 for the Flanders squad of Belgium, Niels van Oudekerke. And lane 3 for Carnegie, Craig McLean. In lane 2 for the City of Glasgow, Ross McCafferty. And in lane 1 for the City of Leicester, Jack Warren Ballard. 100 metres backstroke, B final for men. Just watching this B final start there. The swimmers still underwater, just under the 15 metres mark there. 2 or 3 of them on the start, underwater. And watching again up there in lane 3 is Craig McLean, who's been breaking Scottish junior records all weekend for Carnegie. Halfway, 26.50. And in lane 7 is Caleb Hughes of Loughborough. And it's Craig McLean from Carnegie. Just starting to tire a bit now, though, because Caleb Hughes is a very tough competitor of Loughborough, but it's now Craig McLean again. And Craig McLean, 54.63. The Scottish junior record for Craig McLean. Second going to Caleb Hughes from Loughborough, and third going to Van Oudekerke from the Flanders squad, 55.37. Craig McLean, another good time Scottish junior record there in that B final. So now we move on to the A final. Marching on. And in lane number 8 will be from Edinburgh University, Craig Bowman. Lane number 7 from Coast Aberdeen, Andrew McGovern. In lane number 6 for Loughborough University, Roberto Pavoni. In lane 5 for the University of Stirling, Charlie Balderson. And in lane 4 for the University of Stirling is Ryan Bennett. In 3 from Warrender, Craig McNally. In lane number 2 for City of Sunderland, Adam Taylor. And in lane number 1, Landa Henriks from the Flanders squad of Belgium. So, Ali, in this final, we've got some real tough competitors here. Entry times, so qualifying times 53 to 55.
Yep, I think really Ryan Bennett with his underwater skills, first class at those, he should probably be the favourite here, but don't discount Charlie Balderson and Craig McNally, of course, who's been in super form so far. But it's Bennett that's well out at the moment, 25.14. And so he's got one turn to go. It'll be interesting to see how he brings back this last length. He's gone 12-13 metres. McNally, though, trying to bring it back. But looks as though Ryan Bennett's going to take it. He does, and 51.73. Just a hundredth of a second outside the Scottish record. So close. Great effort from Ryan Bennett. 52.29 from Craig McNally. That's a good PB from him. And 53.49, also a good PB from Charlie Balderson. So great 1, 2, 3 from the backstroke boys.
Yeah, Ryan Bennett, that last turn showed it up. He has an unbelievable underwater skills, doesn't he? He just seems to make an enormous distance on the wall.
Yeah, but he's one of the best in Britain at those types of things, and could probably rate himself against some of the best in the world, to be honest with you. But yeah, just unfortunately 100th of a second missing out that Scottish record. But I'm sure he'll be back to try again at another time.
So that's the men's backstroke. We're going to have the presentations for the backstrokes now. And, so the presentations for the women's backstroke first being made by Alan Reid, who is best known as these days in swimming world as the dad of Grace Reid, the diver. And Alan Reid making presentation first to the bronze medal winner, Natasha Houghton. Natasha from the University of Stirling. Silver medal going to Flanders squad from Belgium, Kimberly Bice. Her time 1:48. And the national champion for Scotland, Scottish record, Kathleen Dawson from Warrington, 58.38. Kathleen Dawson. And the junior champion, Karen Reid from South Ayrshire. And now we have the presentation for the men's backstroke. Presentation being made again by Alan Reid to Charlie Balderson from Stirling University, third place. Silver going to Craig McNally from Warrender. And the winner, national champion, Scottish Gas Open champion Ryan Bennett, University of Stirling. And then the junior champion with a Scottish junior record goes to Craig McLean of Carnegie Dunfermline. Now we move on to the women's 200 meters breaststroke. In the B final, first of all, and the B final in lane 8, Emma Bainbridge, Doe inside. In 7 from Geary, Orla Adams. In lane 6 from Edinburgh University, Olivia White. Lane 5 for Geary, Hannah Miley. In lane 4 for South Ayrshire, Erin Robertson. Lane 3 for Edinburgh University, Hayley Monteith. In lane 2 for Davencio, Sarah Vasey. And in lane 1 for Doe inside, Daniel Gilbert. So the 200 breaststroke, 8 lengths of the breaststroke. And the Another competitive Hannah Miley's in here. Already swum virtually over the women's event tonight.
Yeah, and I think she'll just be cruising on the first 50. It's Sarah Vasey out there in lane 2. I think this morning she went out in 112 for the first 100, came back in 125, so obviously paid for that early speed. She may well be trying to do the same thing, but reduce the gap between the first 100 and the second 100 this time. Let's see if she can maintain some sort of form around about that.
And of course, this will be her last event, unless she's swimming in a relay as well, because it's last women's individual event, so maybe she can give everything she's got now.
Yeah, absolutely. And see as well the swimmer in lane number 4, Erin Robertson, the junior champion in the 100 breaststroke. She'll be trying to do likewise on the 200s. But it's Sarah Vasey. She's actually just gone for the 100, 108 point on the 100. And now the race moves through to lane 6, which is Olivia White from Edinburgh University. The swimmer from Leeds who trains at Edinburgh University. She's just a metre up on Hannah Miley at the moment. As we come through to the end of the third 50, Hayley Monteith from Edinburgh University in lane 3 as well. She's just a little out of contention at the moment. And it's Olivia White in 147.4 at 150. Miley just behind at the moment. Whether she's got anything left on this last 50. She's running on air at the moment. But Olivia White still maintaining her lead. And good turn there from Miley. Just might be too much to get back, but she is starting to come back, but I don't think she's going to make it. Olivia White just hanging in there, holding her stroke on the finish. Olivia White with a nice time of 2:25.2. I think she'll be pleased with that one. Miley at 2:25.9. Erin Robertson 2:30.3. And Hayley Monteith actually taking bronze there in 2:30, or third place in has been found 2:30.07.
Yeah, those girls some 5 and 6 seconds faster than they swam in the heats up there, 2:25s. Now we move to the A final, which will be the last individual final for the women. 200 meters breaststroke and 8 lengths, of course, of breaststroke. And lane number 8, representing Warrender, is Emma Chittleborough. And lane 7 from Highland, and Stoneway, in fact, Cara Hanlon. In 6 from Devonshire, Abby Wood. In lane 5 from Edinburgh University, Catherine Johnston. Lane 4 for Loughborough University, Molly Renshaw. Lane 3 for the City of Leicester, Megan Morrison. In lane 2 for Loughborough University, Laura Kinley. And in lane number 1 for Derwent side, Rachel Wilson. So the A final, this women's 200 breaststroke. Right in the middle there, you've got Molly Renshaw, Ali, who, of course, a top British international from Loughborough these days, and Catherine Johnston from Edinburgh University, Commonwealth Games star, and of course in lane 6, a girl who swam really well this weekend from Devonshire, Abby Wood.
Yep, Catherine Johnston just recently returned from the US Winter Nationals, and She's in good shape at the moment, taking out the first 50 in 32.37, just keeping her stroke relatively long. But I would think that Molly Renshaw, who's just laying out at the moment, will be getting herself ready for a third 50 attack on Catherine. But Catherine on the turn is just taking maybe a wee half metre, quarter metre out of Molly Renshaw. She's been pretty positive in the first 100. Just moving through now, Molly Renshaw, turning into under 100 at 68.3. So Johnston at 108.7, both in very positive, committed splits. Both now just starting to pick up the stroke rate. Renshaw just trying to maintain the length at the same time. In the battle for third at the moment, it looks like Megan Morrison at the moment from Leicester, and she's been chased down by Abby Wood from Loughborough. So an excellent race at the turn there. Molly Renshaw still ahead, 1:44.3, a couple of seconds up on Catherine Johnston. And she's
Molly
pushing
Renshaw,
ahead.
she has a classic stroke, doesn't she? A real fabulous kick. Tremendous length of the stroke and timed beautifully. Another one butterfly kick she's allowed off the wall, and she's extending this lead. Molly Renshaw from Loughborough University, the purple cap there in lane number 4. Molly Renshaw, Loughborough, time 2:21.17. Half a second outside the British record, our own record, and second going to Catherine Johnson, 2:25.82, and third going to Megan Morrison, Megan from City of Leicester. Her time was 2:27.89. So Molly Renshaw's time 2:21.17, purple cap there of Loughborough University. And that, in fact, is the last of our women's individual events, Sally.
Yeah, I mean, that's a great way to finish. Molly Renshaw not far off the British record there. Hannah Miley, I think, the holder of that record. So it lasts another year by the looks of things. But a great effort nonetheless from Molly Renshaw.
Now we move on to the men's equivalent, this time the B final, first of all. And the men's 200 breaststroke, lane 8 is Kieran Preston, 7 is Ian Rose of Stirling, 6 Craig Barnes of Carnegie, line 5 for Warrender, Daniel Lim, lane 4 for Cameron Muir, South Aberdeenshire, Cameron Muir, South Ayrshire I should say, lane 3 for Edinburgh University, Ewan Ingalls, lane 2 for London Aqua, Edmund Ashton, and lane 1 from Edinburgh University, Mark Tully. Men's 200 breaststroke, the B final. So looking at the qualifying times, 2:18.8 to 2:21. And good start in lane 1. That's Mark Tully, Edinburgh University.
Yes, Mark Tully, a 50-metre breaststroke specialist, trying to develop his 100-metre event. He's working on the 200 as well to help him with that. Narrowly missed out at the Commonwealth Games by 100th of a second, finishing in 4th, but it's actually Ewan Ingalls, his teammate from Edinburgh University, taking it out in 30.3, Tully out in 30.4. So the battle of the sprinters so far.
Yeah, so pace going to be all important though on this 200, so we'll just see how this about develop. Coming into the picture now, the red cap is Daniel Lim for Warrender, but still Mark Tully just ahead. The black and red cap up in lane 1, and halfway splits on 1:05.66 Ewan Ingalls. And it's Martin. It's Daniel Lim coming through for Warrender in the red cap. Oh, tremendous lead now. Look at this. A beautifully timed stroke, Ali. He's physically quite young yet. It's sort of young 18, if you like, but his beautiful strokes, it seems to me. He's coming up to the 150 mark.
Yeah, but he's got a very tidy stroke. Nice timing on it. Crucial rhythm and timing on breaststroke, of course. His pacing's been excellent in this race. He turned third at the 50, turned second at the 100, and now he's in the lead with 25 metres to go now.
Just amazing, isn't it, these 200s? There he was, just about less than 50 metres ago, all together, and now a huge lead here for Daniel Lim, finishing in lane number 5, and it's timed at 2:14.79. 2:14.79. Tully goes 2:18.19, and third goes to Edmund Ashton, 2:18.35. Daniel Lim, though, for Warrender, 2:14.79, which, if I look against his qualifying time, is about more than 4 seconds faster than he swam in the heats.
That's some good swimming there from Daniel Lim, and a nice PB as well, 2:14. Mark Tully coming in at 2:18. He'll be pretty pleased with that as well for that event. Not his speciality, but certainly making some progress in that area.
Now we move to the final individual race of the whole meet, the men's 200 breaststroke A final. In lane number 8 is Nicholas Quinn of Edinburgh University. 7 for University of Stirling, Lewis Smith. 6 for Doe inside, Nicholas Cook. In 5 for Edinburgh University, Callum Tate. In lane 4 for Loughborough University, Dan Sweeney. Lane 3 for the University of Stirling, Craig Benson. In lane 2 for Cockermouth, Edward Baxter. And in lane 1 for City of Glasgow, Matthew Nicholson. Well, looking at the field here, Dan, Ali, we've got 2 real top-end Scottish swimmers here who are in the Commonwealth Games teams. Craig Benson there in 3 and Callum Tate in lane 5. Between them from Loughborough, Dan Sweeney.
Yes, indeed, and Callum Tate, the reigning champion in this event. He'll be keen to retain that title, but Benson's been in great form this weekend, in 58 point in the 100, and he's the one that's leading at 50, 28.91, closely followed by the Irishman Dan Sweeney, 29.5, and then Callum Tate. But Benson been very positive here, maybe not quite getting that turn, but he's almost a body length up and looking as though he means business.
Craig Benson really were gone for this one. Used to think of him just as a 100-meter man, but he did this amazing swim after missing out in the World Championships, and the 200 or 210 he did, I remember, long course, and summer passed a year and a half ago, and he has the potential to do really something special here, I think. Craig Benson led white cap, and out in 2 lanes down from him is Callum Tate, and between them Dan Sweeney. Maybe Craig Benson tying up a little bit, 1:33.6 with 50 metres to go.
And of course Benson will be looking at Michael Jamieson's time this morning. He was 2:07, and Willis's time at 2:05 this morning. I don't think he's quite close enough to be challenging Willis's time, but he might have a wee chance of getting inside Jamieson's time. And it's Benson stretching away at the moment.
Craig Benson going to be very comfortably his best short course time, and a win for Craig Benson, 2:06.81. Second going to, oops, the board went blank just to give you the second place, so I'll have to give you that time later on. Craig Benson winning in 2 minutes 6. Looks as if he's cut his finger on one of the turns. Sometimes these pads can be a little bit sharp, and of course they really go for the turns and the finishes. So there's the times now. 2:06.81 for Craig, second to Callum Tate. Well,
yeah, 2:09 point for Callum Tate there, yeah. So a good swim from him as well, actually.
Now we have the presentations for both those breaststroke events, the men and the women and the men. And after these we'll have the 4x100 relay freestyle after this. So making the presentation, past president Scottish Swimming, Bob Reekie. Bronze medal going to Megan Morrison. Time 2:27.89. Morrison from Leicester. Second going to Kathleen Johnston, Edinburgh University. Time 2:25.82. We've got her representative here picking up the medal. And the Open champion to Loughborough's Molly Renshaw, time 2:21.17. Fantastic time from Molly. And the Scottish national champion is Catherine Johnson from Edinburgh University. And the Scottish junior champion goes to Emma Chettleborough for Warrender. And now we have the men's breaststroke. .200 meters breaststroke. There's a hashtag, you just get a quick chance to see it at the top of the screen there. Hashtag SGSC 2014 at Scottish Swimming. Just waiting for these men for the breaststroke presentation.
And so whilst we wait for the presentation, Charlie, it looks like we've got the relays coming up next. The women's 400 freestyle relay. And
so the presentation now for the breaststroke, men's breaststroke. In third place, Dan Sweeney. Dan Sweeney from Loughborough University. Bob Reekie making the presentation. The silver medal, Callum Tate getting the silver medal. And the Scottish champion, Open champion, Craig Benson, 2 minutes 6.81. And the Scottish junior champion, for South Ayrshire. Cameron Muir, South Ayrshire, junior champion. That's the presentation for the men's breaststroke. So we just have the 2 races to go now, and they're both relays, the 4x100 relays, freestyle. And so far these relays have been very much about the universities, and particularly Edinburgh University and Stirling University. So in lane 8 in the women's relay is the Warren de Bath junior team. In lane 7 for Aberdeen Coast, A team. In lane 6 for South Aberdeenshire, A team. In lane 5 from the University of Stirling, A team. Lane 4 Edinburgh University, A team. Lane 3 is Edinburgh University's B team. In lane number 2 from Derwent side A team. And in lane 1, the City of Glasgow's A team. So 4 lengths for each swimmer, freestyle.
So it looks like Raquel Matos from University of Edinburgh leading it out. Kirsty Simpson down here in lane 7 from Coast. Looking pretty close, but Matos, Averill, Simpson, around about the 26.5 marker.
So it looks as if it's building up to be another battle between Stirling University and Edinburgh University. Edinburgh University's A team there in 4. Raquel Mantos, 55.32. Second in lane 5, University of Stirling, Lauren Averill. She's handed over to Daniel Joyce. So in 4 still Rachel Sharples for Edinburgh University. And very much stroke to stroke, really just half a metre, and then again our battle for third at the moment. That's perhaps over in lane 1, City of Glasgow, with Derwent side and Edinburgh University B in the picture. And it's University of Stirling, Daniel Joyce has come through. Nothing in it at halfway. Just, I think, at the moment, Edinburgh University with... and Edinburgh University swimmer is Lucy Hope, and Stirling University is Natasha Houghton. But Edinburgh University now got itself consolidated in lane 3. That's the B team, Gillian Clark. That's now Edinburgh University going away a little bit. That's Lucy Hope. Still pretty close though. Natasha Houghton hanging on. 0.3 between them. In goes for Edinburgh, Emily Jones. In goes for Stirling, Rachel Ritchie.
And this could be a really interesting leg, Charlie, because neither are really front crawl specialists. Probably Emily Jones with her medley background, the stronger of the two, but Rachel Ritchie looking as though she's trying to make a really good race of it.
Edinburgh University just a full body length lead at the moment. Still Emily Jones. Emily ahead of Rachel Ritchie of Stirling, and then Edinburgh University's B team with Catherine Johnson, who's best known for breaststroke, coming back quite strongly. But it's a win for Edinburgh University's A team, second to Stirling University, and third to Edinburgh University B team. So that's the official result there. Edinburgh University at a time of 3:43.27. Second to University of Stirling 3:45.63. University B of Edinburgh University is 3:47.15. South Aberdeenshire was fourth and Warrender was fifth. We just have one more race to go, and it'll be a noisy one. It'll be the men's equivalent, the 4x100 freestyle relay. And again, I think we're going to find a real battle between these two universities. And there they are in position. In lane 8 will be Warrender's A team. Lane 7 for the City of Glasgow. The A team. 6 is University of Stirling's B team. In lane 5, the University of Stirling's A team. 4 is University of Edinburgh A team. 3 is Edinburgh University's B team. In lane 2 is City of Aberdeen's A team, and in lane 1, City of Sunderland A team. And looking at the qualifying times, it looks as if it's those two, the Edinburgh University A team and Stirling University's lane 4 and 5, ones to watch. So going first for Edinburgh University, Matthew Parks, a Stirling, Robbie Rennick, and
and so this could be an absolute belter, Charlie. It's Robbie Rennick just leading it out for the University of Stirling, and he turns in 23.5, closely followed by Matt Parks. That's a great first 50 from him, 23.9. And he's really up for the challenge. Line in second place, probably now just coming through. No, Jack Scott for the University of Stirling. Tight over the first 100, but it's Rennick coming home, leading the way, and he's going to hand over to Ryan Bennett. Matt Parks, he's going to hand over to Richard Schaefers. And then lane 6, University of Stirling, he's going to hand over, Jack Scott handing over to Sean Campsey.
So it's tremendous lead so far for for Stirling University. Then Edinburgh now making a bit of a move. Edinburgh represented here by Richard Schaefers. But it's still Stirling. Stirling with Ryan Bennett, who you saw doing this fantastic backstroke win. Tremendous underwater again. Dolphin kicks. Third looks as if it's further out there, University B team, but it's Stirling, then Edinburgh A, then Edinburgh B, and then Stirling B. So for Edinburgh University now, we have Kieran McGuckin, and for the University of Stirling, Cameron Brodie. So it's Cameron Brodie leading with the white cap. And the Stirling B team in the picture. They're in lane 6 with Charlie Balderson.
Just watch out, Charlie, for this one, because Edinburgh University with Kieran McGuckin and then Jack Thorpe pretty strong on the back end, but it does actually look as though Cameron Brodie is just beginning to stretch his lead a little bit here.
Yeah. Cameron Brodie, we know, is a fantastic butterfly swimmer. He's handing over to Jordan Hughes. Jordan Hughes, he's swimming against, for Edinburgh University, Jack Thorpe. And Jack, of course, been swimming really well this weekend in the sprint freestyle. But it looks like Jordan Hughes hanging on. For Stirling's B team, you got Lewis Smith, and for Edinburgh's B team, Patrick McLaughlin. But it's still University of Stirling, Jordan Hughes ahead of Jack Thorpe of Edinburgh University. And this looks like a good lead for Stirling. University of Stirling, Robbie Rennick, Ryan Bennett, Cameron Brody, and now Jordan Hughes. Finishing on 3:14.52, a new Scottish record. Second going to Edinburgh University, 3:16.14. And third to University of Stirling B team, Lewis Smith finishing for them, 3:22.92. It's University of Stirling, men winning that relay, and the women, of course, Edinburgh University had won. So that's a fantastic finish to the whole championships. And Ali, just some thoughts as we get through to the presentations about the weekend, and from your point of view, from the Director of Performance point of view, things we've seen, maybe some highlights.
Well, there's been quite a lot of highlights. I suppose the number of Scottish records that have been broken, first and foremost, there's been an absolute stack of those, both senior and junior, so that's quite pleasing from that perspective. But I think overall, at this time of the season, the range of performances that we've had, and across all the clubs and the programs, has been very, very positive. And I think first and foremost, the racing that's gone on here has been first class. It's great to have the likes of Loughborough and Bath up here challenging Edinburgh University, University of Stirling, Warren de Bass, that sort of thing. So I think at this stage, December, running into 2015, this is exactly what we need.
Thanks, Ali. We'll come back to you in a minute. We've got the first of these relay presentations for the women. The university teams coming out. And making the presentation, the chair of Scottish Swimming, Maureen Campbell. And in the B team from Edinburgh University, getting the third prize, it's 3:47.15. And B team, the B team was Jenny Henderson, Hayley Monteith, Gillian Clark, and Catherine Johnston. Maureen Campbell making these presentations. And the silver medal going to University of Stirling. And that was Lauren Averill, Daniel Joyce, Natasha Houghton, and Rachel Ritchie. And then the Scottish Gash Open champions, Edinburgh University A team. And the swimmers, Raquel Matos. Lane 2. Number 2 is Rachel Sharples. 3 is Lucy Hope. And 4th is Emily Jones. And the Scottish Junior champions, and it's Warrender which wins the Scottish Junior. 3:52.28, the Scottish record that they did, and that's Katie Stark, Libby Adams, Mary Swanson, and Kimberly Mackay. Well done, Maureen. Now we move to the final presentation for the relays for the men, and after that we have some special awards to be made for top swimmers of the competition and so on. The 400 metres presentation, 400 metres relay presentation, again being made by Maureen Campbell, the chair of Scottish Swimming. And in third place in the men's relay was University of Stirling's B team. And the swimmers are Jack Scott, Sean Campsey, Charlie Balderson, and Lewis Smith. And then we have the presentation to the silver medalists, University of Edinburgh, A team, Matthew Parks, Richard Schaefers, Kieran McGuckin, and Jack Thorpe. And the Scottish Gash national champions go to University of Stirling's A team. The Scottish record, their time was 3:14:52, and that goes to Robbie Rennick, Ryan Bennett, Cameron Brodie, and Jordan Hughes. And we have the presentation of the Scottish Junior Champions, a team from Carnegie and Dunfermline. Two swimmers here to pick up their medals. And so, Ali, we're going to have a whole number of presentations, but if we take a wider look, I would be commenting on how well the event was presented to us. The pool, absolutely fantastic. Everybody makes fabulous comments, and so many people working so well. I think that's played a part, hasn't it, in the whole event?
It certainly played a part in helping the atmosphere here and allowing the swimmers to race in the best environment possible. And I think really racing's about enjoying it, isn't it, to be honest with you? And I think there's been plenty of that going on here this weekend.
Yeah, I mean, I think if you look at it cold light of day and you see that the sort of the way the swimmers get on with each other, they compete against each other, but they sort of enjoy it. There's something about the short course that way. Here we go for some of these presentations, though, but I've not missed these. And up on the podium is Hannah Miley, Paisley 500 trophy. The top points winner for the women, obviously, fabulous trophy. Hannah Miley, and you know, she deserves a lot of credit for being here tonight. She could easily been away at the big BBC event, but she chose to stay here and compete. And now we're going to have the presentation on the best actual event. The highest point scorer, for getting closest to the world record, Elizabeth Simmons, who's not here now. She will be at that BBC event. She won it for the backstroke, and then in the men's 1500, the winner of that one is Stephen Milne of Perth City, and he won't be here either. I think will also be in the BBC event. So on the on the podium is a representative of the Perth City Club. His mum? No, it's not his mum. Now we have the junior presentation for the similar idea, the top award for the highest point scoring. These points are worked out on proximity to the world records. Nope. We're just looking for that one. Are you? And next is the junior male, Craig McLean from Carnegie. Craig McLean from Carnegie. And although we have Craig here, he's been swimming so well. And we have a representative of Carnegie to pick up the trophy for Craig McLean. And the coach of Carnegie taking the photograph. There's Craig. Craig McLean. And now we have the Scottish junior record for the 800 freestyle, and Meg Finnan picks up the junior girls award, the women's award, girls junior women for the 800 free. Meg Finnan. So one more presentation still to be made. Top teams, the top 6 clubs or top teams